There are heroes who rise with applause. And then there's Ling. Not born of glory, not chosen by fate. He was forged in silence, in the sacred mountains of the Iga Clan, where the wind carries whispers of blades and betrayal, a boy trained harder than anyone else, faster, sharper, lighter than the breeze. That boy was Ling. From the age of 7, he was a shadow among shadows. He could leap between rooftops, strike without sound, and vanish like mist in moonlight. But no matter how far he pushed his limits, one name always stood ahead of him: Hayabusa, the prodigy, the golden one, the one chosen to be the shadow. And Ling? Just another student. He didn't understand. He had talent, he had speed, he had the will. But the clan never looked at him the same way. No matter how hard he trained, their eyes followed someone else. Every praise, every nod, every proud smile, it all went to Hayabusa. Ling smiled, but only on the outside. Inside, he was breaking, not from jealousy, from betrayal. He gave them everything: his time, his blood, his soul. While others slept, Ling trained. While others celebrated, he sharpened his blade. While others followed rules, he chased perfection. But perfection wasn't enough. One night, the clan's sacred artifact, the shadow crystal, was stolen. And who was blamed? Not Hayabusa, Ling. Without proof, without question, they turned their backs. The boy who wanted nothing but to be seen was now invisible. The elders declared him a traitor, his name erased, his honor shattered. No trial, no mercy, just silence. That night, Ling stood at the edge of the mountain where he once dreamed of becoming a hero. He looked down, and then he vanished. They thought he was gone. Forgotten, lost. But Ling didn't fall. He rose, not as a student of the clan, but as a master of the unseen. He wandered alone across ruined temples and silent forests. He trained not for approval, but for vengeance. He no longer sought honor. He sought balance. In solitude, he found something the clan never gave him: clarity. He became faster, deadlier, untouchable. He learned to listen not with ears, but with instinct, to see not with eyes, but with the soul. He called upon the winds not as tools, but as allies. And when he moved, the world stood still. Years passed. Ling returned, but not as the boy they cast aside. He returned as a myth, a shadow on rooftops, a whisper in the wind. Some called him a ghost, others a demon, but all agreed he was unstoppable. With his blade, Finch, he danced through battle like wind through leaves. No wasted motion, no hesitation, only precision. Each strike was a message. I'm still here. Every time he appeared, the clan felt the weight of their mistake. But Ling didn't speak of revenge. He didn't scream. He let the silence speak for him. And in that silence, they trembled. Hayabusa heard the rumors. He followed the trail of quiet deaths, of clan enemies falling without a sound, and at the heart of every story was a figure, draped in blue, walking alone, with eyes like cold flame. Hayabusa couldn't ignore it any longer. They met, at dusk, No words, no greetings, just tension. Years of unspoken rivalry, betrayal, and pain, boiling beneath stillness. And when their blades touched, the world held its breath. They fought like brothers, like enemies, like shadows tearing each other apart. But in the end, it wasn't hate that fueled Ling. It was clarity. He wasn't fighting to win. He was fighting to be free. Ling disappeared again. Not in shame, but in purpose. He realized something that day. He didn't need their titles, didn't need their acceptance. He was never meant to follow the path. He was born to carve his own. Now when the wind howls through the mountains and the moon casts long shadows, you might see him, perched high above the battlefield, still as a statue, watching, waiting. He strikes only when balance is broken. A guardian, a storm. Not bound by clan nor legend, but bound by his own code. The code of silence. Today they speak his name with reverence. The one they rejected became the blade they now rely on. He walks alone, not because he's lost, but because he chose to. Because some legends don't need praise. They just need purpose. And Ling, he found his. Legends fade, stories twist, but the wind never lies. It carries whispers across mountains and rooftops. It remembers the silent steps, the unseen fights, and the names spoken only when danger returns. Ling. To some, he's a ghost. To others, a guardian. But to those who truly understand, he is not just a blade. He is balance. He is silence. He is the storm before peace. So the next time you hear nothing, listen carefully. Ling might already be there,